Hey guys!
What's up?
We are the Dorkeries.
Dorkeries.
We're having a really fun day because today we're dorking out about one of my most favorite things. Do you know what that is, Drew?
Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles?
No. It's the Umbrella Academy. One of my favorite things to dork out about. And I've been waiting to share it with all of our YouTube friends.
Yes. People ask all the time. They're like, hey,
what's your favorite thing?
What is Lady Dorkery dork out about?
And
this is one of them.
It's like
Probably
Star
the biggest
Wars
one.
and Umbrella Academy.
One of the biggest.
Yeah, so Umbrella Academy is really big for me. So today I'm repping the Umbrella Academy comics.
Yep.
Drew's repping the Umbrella Academy Netflix series.
Because I've watched it, but I've not read it.
I have read it, and I've actually read through the entire series twice.
Oh, nice.
At least. So we kind of wanted to talk about it today. Maybe some of you out there are Umbrella Academy fans. I hope so. Maybe you're just friends of ours, and I want to encourage you to get familiar with it. If you're looking for something new to binge watch,
Nice.
if you're looking for
How
something...
many seasons?
There are two seasons to binge watch.
That's right.
But there are 3 series to read if you're interested in looking for something new to read. So we have this is the first trade paperback. And
Apocalypse
this is for
Suite?
the Apocalypse Suite.
Nice.
And then there is the second trade paperback, which is Dallas.
Which is where we just were.
It's pretty much where we just were in season 2 of the Netflix series.
Gotcha.
And then there's the third one, which is Hotel Oblivion.
Maybe where we're going.
Super hope to hear about that in the future on Netflix.
Nice.
But the interesting thing about these 3 series, Drew...
They're all written by Gerard Way.
Oh, they are. Look at this. This is my friend Gerard Way. And they are all written by him. But the interesting thing where you were saying this is where we were in season 1.
Yep.
This is where we were, where we just finished in season 2.
Right.
Is that actually we're kind of all over the place.
Oh, that's good.
So when you talk about reading a book and then seeing how it portrays on screen, they really do an amazing job of like shocking you. And like
in a good way
of like jumping like some of Apocalypse Suite, which we would consider season 1 where White Violin comes.
Yeah.
They drew a lot from this book. And then on season 2 actually finished at something that came out of the dead end of series 3 in the comics. So that's kind of cool. What I love is that, so if you read comics, there's really not a lot of dialogue in comics.
That's true. Like, you couldn't make a whole season out of just, like, one comic book.
It's pop bubbles. You
Yeah.
can't make a whole lot of... So, when you're talking about making an entire season of a show, so much of it is different than the comics.
Right.
But they do a really good job, if you're a comic book reader, So I read all of the comics before I watched it on Netflix. So they do a really good job of like shocking you and surprising you and pleasing you of where they make little things in the comics pop out.
So first question, how much was Gerard Way involved in the television show, do you know?
I believe that, and I honestly just went and dug and looked on IMDb to try to find out what I could see.
Sure.
I believe he was heavily responsible for making sure the characters stayed true to self.
That's good.
And stayed
That was
to their...
kind of why I was asking.
Yeah, so the screenwriter... I did look up his name earlier today, and I have already forgotten it because I wanted to see how much he had to do with screenwriting. But it specifically says Gerard Way was over making sure the characters kept who they were.
Making sure the comic book fans were still happy.
Yes. And the characters are amazing.
Yes.
So if you
Very well played by
if you don't know, we have, let's just go on your shirt. So
is this like the Breakfast Club?
This is a Breakfast Club playoff, but
this is not my shirt.
We have 7 adopted siblings, and you have Klaus. You have Vanya. You have number 5.
Oh, that's my favorite.
You have Rumor.
Yep.
You have Diego.
Yep.
And you have Luther.
I also kind of like they keep touching my chest over there.
So the really fun thing about these guys is that they really all have 3 names. They're all a number. They all have a given name, which was given to them by their mother. And then they all have, like, their hero name.
I have no idea what 5's name is.
5 is always referred to as 5.
Yeah.
He does have a name somewhere in the comics, but I really don't know.
Interesting.
Yeah, I really truly don't know.
I like 5. 5's my favorite. I mean, from the television show, obviously. I, again, haven't read the books, but...
So, really cool thing about the books is that Klaus, you said he's your favorite. Klaus is probably my favorite.
No, I said 5's my favorite.
You said 5's your favorite.
Yes.
And that's what I thought I said when I said that out loud. Klaus is actually my favorite.
He's probably my number 2.
And I really love the difference in Klaus from season 1 to season 2.
Yeah.
Do you know what the difference was in season 1 to season 2?
No.
In season 2, he was sober.
Oh, well, that makes sense.
Yeah, so Klaus has, his special gift is that he can commune with the dead.
Yep.
And he doesn't really like that because there are a lot of dead. And imagine being a dead person. Imagine being a dead person that, and the dead know that you can hear them. So he's almost kind of like driven crazy by the dead. So all of season 1, he spends chemically induced so that he can kind of take out his ability to hear the dead and get some rest. Did I say season 2? I meant season 1. But so season 2, he decides to be sober, which gives us a more lively, vibrant, entertaining Klaus.
Agreed. I think he was a highlight of season 2.
Yeah, so I love it. So 2 of my favorite characters. These are my favorite pops, too, of all of these. Oh, I didn't... Can I... Okay, I'm going to show you.
Hazel
and Cha-Cha. 2 of my favorite characters, probably. Do you wish they had
the unmasked version of these, or do you like them with
No. I love their mask.
Yeah.
A couple of people cosplayed last year at Comic-Con.
Oh, yeah, I remember
Some of the best cosplay costumes I've ever seen. Okay, but the reason I'm bringing up Klaus and Hazel and Cha-Cha is because these 3 characters are so special in that they actually get their own comics.
Oh, really?
Yes, Hazel and Cha-Cha.
I knew that. I didn't know Klaus.
Hazel and Cha-Cha have a series of Hazel and Cha-Cha Save Christmas, and I have those. But Klaus, next week, his comic, he has his own series starting, which they say is actually the first, because these are one-offs. They say this is the first spin-off. And it is called, why am I forgetting what it's called? Oh, is it You Look Dead?
Oh.
Is that what it is? Something like that. You Look Dead. I've already ordered them.
Yes.
And they come out next week, and that is really cool. So it's all going to be about the adventures that Klaus gets himself into with the dead and stuff like that.
That's going to be fun. One of my favorite scenes of season 2 was actually a scene that didn't end up really happening, but when he brought all the dead army back to fight in that very first scene in that season 2, episode 1, that was banging.
I'm looking to see because I want to make sure I said that right. If you're interested in that, I want to make sure I'm. Do you see all my notes?
Yes.
Wow. I want to make sure I'm saying the name of that right. You Look Dead. You Look Like Death. That's what it is. You Look Like Death.
That's it. I remember asking my LCS.
Because we've already put in an order for them that I want.
Lots of variants, too.
So I'm really excited about that. Okay. Do you have any questions?
Do you have the Umbrella Academy's first appearance?
You know I do. I have Free Comic Book Day graded. You guys have seen that.
Which is funny because, there's so much that a lot of times people just blow past the Free Comic Book Day. And to think that Free Comic Book Day freely gave out the very first appearance.
So I have a 9.0. Someday I'd like to get a higher grade.
Yeah,
that would be very exciting. Yeah. So Umbrella Academy actually started in 2007.
Okay.
And I got my...
was that Free Comic Book Day?
That's when... I don't know. Maybe because Free Comic Book Day is usually in May, and the first issue actually came out in September.
Gotcha.
And so I actually heard of Umbrella Academy first at Comic-Con. No, which is, I was going to say, that's where we got these. It says it on the back. It doesn't say Comic-Con, but you can see the little advertising on the back. That's the first time I heard of Umbrella Academy.
Like it.
I really, really, really wish I had found out sooner. I wish I was on this train in 2007. But the reason
I wouldn't have to pay so much for that variant that I ended up getting you.
But the reason I'm bringing up why it came out in 2007
yes,
is because this comic, guys, to put perspective on how long ago this was when this comic started, guys, they did their marketing on MySpace.
What?
They for real did MySpace marketing.
2007.
Yes,
Wow.
that's how old this is. That's
Wow.
nuts to put that in perspective.
That's crazy.
That's the year our son was born, Andy.
Yeah.
That was a long time ago.
Well, make me feel
We
old.
were on MySpace, but I'm glad to
How's
have
your
found
MySpace
it.
account these days? You got
Please do not.
a lot of...
Please do not.
Google Lady Dorkery's MySpace.
Yeah, and then there's a CW ad for Smallville on the back.
Oh, yeah, and there's also, that's the Doomsday.
Oh,
So-
I was looking at this.
So you got two of them. You got Smallville, and then you got the movie from the DC universe of Doomsday when
That's so cool.
Superman was killed.
That's so cool. So there are a whole lot of differences between the comics and the series. I encourage you to dig into both because to me, I look at it like when somebody does something like that that's so different. Like let's take, for example, Ready Player One, the book and the movie.
Huge difference.
Huge, completely different.
And not in a terrible way.
But do I wish I could have seen that book played out in a movie?
Yeah.
Yes, exact. But it's almost like you get two ways to dork out about it because they're completely different. It's almost like I get to experience it all over again. So
Gotcha.
obviously there's not enough dialogue in these to make it a series. You have to make up things, but it's like I get to enjoy it more. It's like
Right.
there's extra because I've got the comic version and the TV version, and they're not the same, and I get to go down both paths.
Right.
And it's super exciting. For example, in season 1,
Yes.
their first save the day is at a bank. They're saving a bank.
Were they kids?
Yeah, when they were kids.
Yep.
In the very first issue of the book, however, their first save the day,
Are they saving the Eiffel Tower?
they're saving the Eiffel Tower from zombie robot Eiffel.
Oh.
Mr. Eiffel has actually
That would have been cool on screen.
the Eiffel Tower is actually a spaceship, and zombie robot Eiffel lives inside of it
I love
and
that.
is throwing people off the top of the Eiffel
Nice.
Tower, and he's trying to take over the world from the Eiffel Tower. And the kids, you can see Ben's little tentacles are actually coming out the leg. How cool is this? That the legs of the Eiffel Tower are really drawn to look like Ben's tentacles. Is that not so cool?
That's awesome. And that's the regular version cover, and that's written by or drawn by Gabrielle.
No, it's not. The covers of issue 1 of Apocalypse Suite are all done by James Jean.
Okay.
And
interior.
Gabriel Ba, I made sure I was pronouncing that right, did all the interior.
And we've met him before, right?
I've
Yeah,
got his
super nice guy.
autograph.
Him and his brother.
But he did all of Hotel Oblivion and Dallas. He did all the covers.
and everything.
Yes. This
And
was
his
Jean.
brother does the artwork for
Fabio Moon.
for Hellboy.
Yes. Yeah. So that's my little extra about that. Anyways, any other questions? I could literally talk about this all day
So let me
long.
ask you a question. So you definitely are one of those that say, hey, they're both the series and the comic book, both. You're good with both of them, and even though they don't completely line up.
So let me tell you like some of the
Like
fun
which one
stuff.
do you like better?
Oh, I love reading the comics. The comics are like.
I know you hate when I ask which you like better.
Okay,
They
so
both are great.
here's one of the things. Okay, I just told you that there was a zombie
that would've been great
apocalypse,
on TV.
a zombie robot Eiffel, and I'm talking about the man who I don't know his first name, Mr. Eiffel, the guy who made the Eiffel Tower, was a zombie robot. Okay, so this is a lot more sci-fi.
Okay.
So on the Netflix,
They were probably trying to appeal to more people than just the smaller sci-fi base. You think that's what it was?
obviously, if you watch the Netflix show, there's time travel, there's things like that. You've got Pogo.
But there's still a lot of drama.
Yes.
Like
This
drama,
is,
not sci-fi.
like on there you have Pogo.
Yeah.
Okay? On here you've got like 5 different chimpanzees.
The Pogo Pop?
I don't have Pogo Pop. In the books you've got like 5 different chimpanzees. There's a detective that's a chimpanzee. It's like common. Which by the way,
Like Planet of the Apes almost?
yeah, like
That's
it's a
cool.
so the books are more sci-fi, and the Netflix series there's a lot of sci-fi stuff
It's trying
going
to meet
on.
the mass
But
audience.
it makes it very like plain day kind of ish, if that makes sense.
Awesome.
I don't know.
So, and also Gerard Way, he's obviously Dark Horse, but he was, before that, he was also doing, maybe it was after, wasn't he doing Doom Patrol as well?
I am reading the Gerard Way Doom Patrol. I hope to do this kind of same thing and talk about the difference of his comics and the series on TV.
And I think, and maybe there's other Dark Horse stuff out there, but I think the success of Umbrella Academy is going to definitely give Dark Horse, more material to put on Netflix, and we're going to see other things come from Dark Horse as well. So there's lots of good stuff in the Dark Horse world. You guys know
Dark Horse is my favorite booth to visit at Comic-Con San Diego. I love that that's the first place I heard of Umbrella Academy. I love that I've gotten so much Umbrella Academy merch from there.
Yep.
I'm so sad I didn't get to visit the Dark Horse booth this year. It would have been wonderful to have gone before the second season of Umbrella Academy came out. But
and there's key issues, right? So you got obviously the first appearance. You've got the number 1. You've got the first appearance of White Violin. So
here's one I wanted to show today. This is the very last comic that has come out.
Okay. Before the new series comes out next week.
Yeah.
Right. Gotcha.
So if you've watched the Netflix season 2, the very last episode, actually,
are you gonna give us a spoiler?
I'm not going to say anything. I'm just going to throw this up there.
Spoiler free!
Remember, there's Apocalypse Suite, Dallas, and Hotel Oblivion are the 3 series of trade paperbacks and comic series that have come out for this.
Yeah.
If you watched the end of season 2, they kind of threw us for a loop that made us go, ah! Why do we have to wait? And it was the very last comic of series 3, Hotel Oblivion. And it's this one.
Oh, yeah.
And it's super exciting how they threw this in there for us. I don't know where we're going. I don't know why we skipped all the way to the end of Series 3. But like I said, they like to pull from each book for the TV shows. And it's amazing.
Maybe they'll do just, one more season. They'll be done.
No! Because then we can have a Hazel and Cha-Cha show. And then we can have a Klaus show. Yep. And then there's so many bad guys. Do you know?
Handler.
Now here's the thing: the writer of Handler is not in the books.
Okay.
Kate.
So no Kate Walsh.
No Kate Walsh in the books, but the writer of the Netflix original series was also a writer on
Private Practice.
He actually wrote a lot of the episodes.
That's how she got that gig. She did good though.
She's amazing. I love that they created her.
Yeah.
For that.
And then the fish head.
He's in
the comics.
Carmichael. He's in the comics.
Gotcha. There's
no Handler, but I love the addition of her character.
Yeah, she's great.
Yeah. So.
Fun.
Fun.
So this is your jam.
There's so many bad guys in here that literally I could see how in the future this comic could really go Marvel length. Because there's so much in there that they just kind of and then there was this bad guy, and then they don't say anything else about him. So you could really take that one bad guy and then run off in a whole different direction. So this comic has the ability to go for miles.
Nice.
So that's exciting.
Good stuff. And that's what,
I hope Netflix recognizes that.
Yeah,
well, I hope they don't cut it short.
They won't.
Because the comics itself...
Society.
could go forever.
Yeah.
Okay, I can be done.
No, y'all good.
Vampires, chimpanzees, more villains, more heroes, more aliens. Aliens? All of that in the comic books.
Nice. So much to come. Which is good. It'll keep you dorking for...
I'm going to dork forever.
And also, it'll give us an opportunity to continue to see them at San Diego Comic-Con.
Yes!
And maybe one day, meet the cast.
I want to meet
meet Gerard. Gerard's been at Comic-Con a lot.
But I've only met Gabrielle and Fabio.
Yeah, that's okay. Wah, wah. We'll see it one day soon.
One day. So, Umbrella Academy, if you're out there, we love you.
Yep.
We love what you're doing.
Yep.
Keep it up.
Yep.
Keep it going.
Yep.
Dark Horse.
If you ever need a moderator for your panel.
You're my favorite forever. I can talk about this subject forever.
Yep.
Give me a call.
Yep. And in the meantime.
Go dork yourself. Woo!